But just as their concern was the meaning of Jesus for their own time, so we will keep in the forefront of our reflections his meaning for our time, our contemporary context. What the Second Vatican Council called aggiornamento, faith's significance for today. Our return to the sources, therefore, is most especially a return to the source, with a capital S, who is Jesus himself. Here is a particularly striking passage from the Second Vatican Council. It is found in the Constitution on the Church in the Modern World, Gaudium et Spes. Quotes, "It is the Church's belief that Christ, who died and was raised for everyone, offers to the human race, through his Spirit, the light and strength to respond to its highest calling, and that no other name under heaven is given to people for them to be saved. The Church likewise believes that the key and the focus and culmination of all human history ought to be found in its Lord and Master. The Church also affirms that underlying so many changes, there are some things that do not change and are founded upon Christ, who is the same yesterday and today and forever." Thus, as we shall consider in more detail in the course of our lectures, this Jesus, who is the Christ or Messiah, cannot be restricted to the 33 years he lived in the land of Israel, in the days of the Roman emperors Augustus and Tiberius. For as the risen and ascended one, Christ is the head of his body, the Church. And indeed, in Christian belief, the very Lord of the cosmos, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and goal of creation itself. Hence, my use of the term Christic, which may be unfamiliar to some, aims to suggest these many dimensions of the mystery of Jesus, and to stretch our imagination towards growth into the fullness of his mystery. A brief comment on that word mystery may be in order. When I was a youngster, the word mystery in Christian faith was often presented in sermons and catechism classes as a red light. The implication was that the Christian mysteries, such as the Trinity, the Incarnation, and the Eucharist, were incomprehensible, so we shouldn't even seek to understand. But as I came to read and appreciate the great theologians of the Christian tradition, it became clear that mystery meant inexhaustible. Though we might not be able to understand fully, we ought to seek prayerfully for further understanding. Indeed, theology, in the words of St. Anselm, is precisely faith seeking understanding. And this is so not merely for those who have a graduate degree in theology, but for all the baptized who seek to enter more fully into the faith they profess. To reflect on his or her faith is the challenge of every adult Christian. In the wonderful words of the first letter of Peter in the New Testament, Christians must be, quotes, prepared to give an account of the hope that is theirs. To do so effectively requires ongoing reflection upon the faith and hope that believers have experienced in Jesus Christ. So rather than a red light, I prefer to think of mystery in Christian faith as a blinking yellow light, beckoning us to proceed with respect and reverence, like Moses taking off our sandals in the presence of the burning bush, the blazing light of God himself. Let us reflect more carefully on what we mean by imagination and how religious and poetic